I want to give you my definition of executive dysfunction. Let's go to the next slide. I like to call it executive control. And I get asked a lot why I say control versus function or dysfunction. And remember who I'm speaking with. Remember who my audience is. I like the word control because I feel like, number one, it's hopeful, but I feel also that it gives us a place to go. Control means you have ownership. Control means you have agency. Control means you're in charge. And for a lot of my students who feel so out of control, hearing it as a way of saying, we're going to teach you how to be in control, or it is about, helps them, makes them feel a little bit better. Doesn't sound as negative to them or as clinical, you might say. So this is kind of where we live when we discuss executive functions. What we like to tell them, it's kind of very simple. It's doing what you need to do. And I use that word need softly because sometimes that need is put upon by somebody else. But for our purposes, we're going to say need. But it's doing what you need to be doing with the right intensity, the right volume, the right time, even the right cadence, all of those things. And it's also about distractibility. And here's what we talk about. It's not always about external distractibility. It's about that internal distractibility. This is the conversation we're having. It's about thoughts, impulses, feelings, sensations, memory, or as my kids like to say, quieting the noise. And I think if we look at it that way, I think it really presents a very visual picture. That I remember I used to have a kid that said, and I know I'm dating myself, I hear Billy and Mandy episodes in my head all day. Billy and Mandy was a cartoon years and years ago on television. But it's that internal dysregulation, it's that internal noise that they're trying to quiet. Or, let's go to the next slide. Tell me if this all resonates with you too. Drop this in the chat. Because there's, for everyone who talks about executive functioning, there's another way of presenting it, but this is how we at Automatic Chaos talk about it. This is how we drill it down for our students and our parents. We call it purposeful actions, and they really like this because it's visual, it's not punitive, right? It's using the word purposeful, which I like because I feel it's a soft word, but it's actionable. So there's room to go and move and do, and everything around it. So when we talk about time management, understanding where you sit in time is actually a purposeful action. Being able to sustain your effort is a purposeful action. Being able to control or understand or solidify that working memory is a purposeful action. So we really live here a lot in this word, and we also like that it's only 2 words because for some, that's as much as they can handle.